Hey everyone, Brian from All Day Ruckoff here, and today we're talking about the service component for the GORUCK Light, Tough, and Heavy events. If you don't know what the service component is, it was instated back in May 2017, roughly, where all light, tough, and heavy events need to have at least one service action associated with them. Some people went through this by having their class clean headstones. Some of them collected the cab fare at the end of the event to be donated, while others did canned food drives, stuff like that. Basically, something good that will benefit your community. This was pushed out. Every single light, tough, and heavy that wasn't a custom had to have one of these associated with it. Some of the participants liked this, some of them didn't like it. Some of the cadre liked it and did amazing things, and some didn't like it as much. Just this week, on March 3rd, specifically 2019, GORUCK announced that the service component is no longer required for light, tough, or heavy events. It is still highly recommended that you take part in one or put one together for your class, but they're no longer a required part of GORUCK events. When GORUCK added service components to the mix, there were a lot of people who were excited, a lot of people who weren't excited, and there was a lot of talk about them. Now that GORUCK's removing them, we're seeing the same thing. A lot of people sad they're gone, some people excited they're gone, but either way, it's a big change. When I think about the GORUCK service component for events, the first event I always think about is the Indianapolis HTL with Cadre DS and Cadre Shredder. They had every single class clearing trees by a waterfront. Their team weight was 35 pounds of axes to cut the trees down. They did a ton of work, and they honestly overhauled that side of their community. It was amazing. There were news crews that came out for it. Store owners were thrilled at the work that was being done, and it really showed just how much can be accomplished by a group of GRTs at an HTL. What I'm hoping comes from roughly 22 months of running service actions is that GORUCK is able to see what worked well and what didn't work well. Then they could possibly create a series of service heavy, service tough, service light, even service HTLs, where the entire event is focused on a service component. Doing something like that would mean everyone who signed up is on the same page, their heads all in the same space. It's all about doing good, helping the community, and getting a lot of work in. GORUCK could even make a separate service patch to give out at those events, a special service heavy, service tough, service light. You know, people would be signing up just to get those special patches. Whichever way you look at it, removing the service component is a huge change for the events going forward. If you have an upcoming light, tough, or heavy event, service components no longer required, although highly encouraged. But the other piece of information that I found really fascinating is that as part of GORUCK events, GRT are no longer allowed to collect cab fare for donations. Apparently there were issues presented that people weren't sure the money was getting donated. At least one cadre has posted in an event group about that. You can read the quote on the screen. But just know, if you're planning on collecting cab fare to donate, that's no longer an option. You can ask that people donate electronically to the charity, but you cannot be the one who collects the money and makes the donation. I would love to hear your thoughts on these changes. They're major changes and they impact everyone who is doing a light, tough, or heavy event. So I know you're feeling one way or the other on this. Leave a comment, let me know. Are you sad to see the service components gone? Are you happy they're being removed? Did you take part in a service component that was truly awesome? Let me know, I would love to hear about it. Hopefully you found this video informative. It's a big announcement. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, would truly appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please consider subscribing. Lots more awesome rucking and GORUCK information coming. And as always, attitude is everything. Keep yours positive and drink hard, ruck harder.